Hi and welcome to this DCP web tutorial. Before we start today's tutorial, it will be awesome if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can access over 600 free video tutorials. Don't forget to like, share and comment on this video. Make sure you watch the whole video until the end so you gain all the skills and knowledge. Okay, so in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to crop images using the Pixlr website. So let's go and open up the web browser first. And we're going to go to Unsplash and download this one picture. I'll put a link to that in the YouTube description, or you can use your own image if you want. So I'm going to drag and drop that image into this folder, and then we'll head over to the Pixlr website. So we'll just go to this website here, and this website has various tools. I'll be explaining these in more detail, but let's go through a cropping image example. So I use this software sometimes to crop images if I'm not in front of my own computer where I've got access to Photoshop or GIMP and I just want to do something quick online, then this is a great tool. So we click on the Pixlr X here, click on that, and then we'll get some options up here. And the first thing I'm going to do is select open image. So when I click open image, I'm going to select the image I just downloaded and then click open. It's going to give me a few different options here. I'm going to select Full HD. 1920 by 1080 should be, 1280 or 1080 should be big enough to work with in terms of doing web development work, or if you want to crop a picture for social media or for your website, something like this. So I'm going to click apply here, and you'll see the picture loaded into the web browser. Now you can press F11, and F11 on your keyboard will make it full screen on Windows. It's nice to have F11 key and then you can see everything full screen. I'm going to click on the crop tool here, click it, and then I'll get these handles on the side, so I can just drag the handle. So I want to make it pretty small, right? Something like this. And I can just drag it over the person like this, and I can go and hit the apply button here, apply, and then that image will be cropped to that particular size. Right, so you can crop it to that size. You can press Ctrl Z on your keyboard or Ctrl Z if you're in America to undo and redo, and you can also do that here, undo and redo. So let's undo that step so we're back to our original image. We'll click back on the crop tool, and there's some other options in here that I want to explain, and some of them are very useful for social media or just for general web web work. So if we tick this option here, aspect ratio, we've got these options here, size, and then in the drop down you've got all these predefined sizes, and I find these quite useful. So let's say you want to create something like an Instagram post. We'll click Instagram post here, and the size will be already set for Instagram post, right? It will be the right size, it will be a square image. But if we go to the drop down, let's say we want to do Facebook cover, we'll click that, and now it's resized it exactly for Facebook cover. So all you need to do is click in the center and just drag up and down as to where you want to crop it. So if you want to do a Facebook cover, there's your Facebook cover. It looks nice, right? You can put your text on it and do other stuff, but for now you can just click the apply button here, and then you've got it cropped exactly the right size for your Facebook cover. Let's undo that quickly, and let's just check a few more things. Let's click back here. We'll click back on aspect ratio, and in the drop down menu you've got ones for web, so like common web sizes. You've got paper sizes here. You've got Twitter cards, you've got Twitter header and profile. So you've got little profile icons. You've got some ones for YouTube, like YouTube channel art. It's quite useful. The YouTube profile and YouTube thumbnail, right? So if we were to click on YouTube thumbnail, this will be the right size for a YouTube thumbnail. So when you upload it to YouTube, this will be the correct size for a thumbnail for YouTube, for example. But then you can put your text and other stuff. You can create more layers. I'm going to be doing a more in-depth tutorial. I have done one before, but that was quite a while ago. So I'm going to be making some short tutorials for now, but then doing some more in-depth, longer tutorials explaining this software. One other thing, sometimes when you take a photograph, and if the photograph might be slightly not, it might not be exactly straight, like the horizon might not be exactly straight, or the person might be slightly leaning off to the side, you can use this straightening tool here. So you can just rotate it around, and you can actually straighten the image out like this, right? Just to get the horizon straight, exactly straight where you want it, and then you can just drag it down, and you can go ahead and click apply, and then you can now take this image. Alright, remember you can take the image, you can overlay other content, you can zoom out here a little bit. I like to zoom out a little bit so I can see like some spacing around the edge, a bit like in Photoshop. But then you can go and take your text tool and overlay other content on top of it. So today's tutorial was just showing you how to crop an image, right? Just crop an image using the tool. Remember, you can undo here. Right, you can undo and you get back to your original image. You click on the crop tool. You can manually crop by just dragging the handles if you just want to just crop for the some certain size image, or just a piece of the content. Maybe you want to use that in a different image, just crop something out. but most useful is this aspect ratio. This I find most useful because it gives me all of these options pre-built, like Twitter cards and so forth. This is so useful, right? Instagram profiles and posts and covers. So now you haven't got to guess what size do these things need to be. If you want to do a Facebook post, just click on it, drag it around, get it where you want it to be, and just click apply, and it's job done. Now you just need to save your work, so you can go to save here, and then it will ask you what sort of file format do you want. Do you want JPEG, PNG, WebP is for like web development. Right, there's a few different file formats here. I believe PXD is the native file format for this software. So if we go to download here, click download, it's going to download this file, right, a PXD file. It's just download. We can close this, and then we can go to save again, and this time we'll save it as a JPEG, and we'll probably save it as like a medium size file because we're going to use it for like social media. It should be fine, and we'll click download as well. And then if we press F11, we can come out of full screen view, and then we can just drag this to the side, open up our folder, and then we can drag these images in here, right? We've got two files, and here we've got the cropped version here. We've got a cropped version like this, and then we've got the original one here. You can see it's a bit wider, and these edges got cropped out, but this one's good for Facebook now. We can just go and post it on Facebook. Obviously you would want to write some text maybe, or maybe you just want a picture, maybe it's a holiday photo and you just want to crop it and put it on Facebook. That's good enough. But I'll be showing you some, how to overlay text and manipulate colors and do all these other things in here. There's a lot of advanced tools in here. Just as a quick example, you can go to things like color adjustments, right? Adjustment here, you can adjust the vibrancy, right? You can adjust vibrancy here, you can adjust saturation, you can brighten up and do a lot of color manipulation within this software. And it's quite interesting that you can do this all online. You're not installing any software, it's all here for you, right? So this is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and click on home, and I'm going to just close this image here. I just want to try one thing. I'm going to click open image, but I'm going to open up this file, this PXD file, and click open, and that will be the original file. So it's almost like saving a Photoshop file or saving a GIMP file. When you go to save, if you save it as a PXD, then you'll retain all of your layers, and all of that information will be retained in that file, right? But that file can tend to be quite large depending on what you're doing. So this is like 6.16 megabytes, but it's got a lot of metadata in here about this particular image and what you've done to it. Yeah. So let's close this. That's how you go about cropping images using the Pixlr tool. It's a free tool that you can use online, so go and have an experiment, go and create your social media images using this tool. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously you can use GIMP and you can use Photoshop to do something similar, but if you're not in front of your machine and you want to get that job done, maybe at a client's office or you're away from your machine, this is a nice quick way to do that, and best of all, it's free. So go and check out that website. I think it's pretty awesome. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you find it useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next DCP web tutorial.